Hi, welcome to Market Flow. I'm going to do a quick review of the market. I'm going to review as well some of the important components of the NASDAQ and the Dow, and as well the ARKK stocks, the ones I share with you during the weekend. So stick around for that, like the video, subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and start here with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is showing signs of reversal, as you can see right here, the trend channel that is getting to the upside. This is a bullish sign, and as well we point out earlier the positive momentum in the air side that is looking good as well. If I look at it in the 1 hour chart, you can see the uptrend channel right here. There's a possibility that it can break this channel, come back all the way to 31 level. But this is a level to keep an eye on. There has to be a lot of buyers at this level right here, and if that doesn't hold and 29 doesn't hold, then perhaps there could be more sell to the downside. However, I really doubt that. There's a lot of media attention right now on Bitcoin. There's a lot of buyers right now, and so worst case scenario is just straight sideways for some time. But based on other stocks that trade based on Bitcoin, you can see coin right here doing a very impulsive move to the upside. This is a really strong reversal right here, and it can keep going higher or maybe just consolidate a little bit more before it continues. But the reversal, I think it's in play. Same thing with RIOT. This is one that we've been talking quite a bit here in the channel, and it's looking very strong right now, gapping up and then retracing, but then the movement keeps making higher highs and higher lows. So this is really strong right now. There's still a little bit of resistance right here, about 40. Nonetheless, it's showing pretty good signs of reversal. So oil right here, this is the daily chart, and it's still in an uptrend right now, but I think it's starting to getting a little bit toppy. If we look at the weekly chart right here, you can see there's a negative divergence from previous height, and this is a multi-year breakout, and there's definitely a lot of investors that are excited about this commodity right now. My personal opinion is that it's going to come back and retest the breakout line right now. And this is not only what the chart is saying, but my intuition is that the government wants to keep the prices low on gas, because otherwise inflation can go out of control. And we've gone through this channel before about how they lift sanctions on Iran, so the supply of oil is going to increase. That is going to establish the prices for the short term, maybe for the long term as well. So once it breaks this level, then it's going to be like a U pattern, and it's probably just gonna keep going higher from here, making a double bottom for the dollar. So keep that in mind if you're investing in oil or commodities. So this is the S&P-500, and as I said in the weekend, it's very bullish at this point. There was no reason to short, and right now we're starting to get to resistance levels, specifically this whole number 4,300. This is a point where a lot of traders, investors, they start taking money out of the table, so they minimize the risk, leverage, or anything in that perspective. The market, it is overextended. It looks a little bit bubbly, but it's still trending to the upside. Nonetheless, if I look at it in the 1 hour chart, you can see this right here a little bit more clear, and this right here is the uptrend resistance that we had followed for the last few weeks, and if you notice, we have reached that again. And on top of that, we are reaching this level 43. So there's two main points of resistance where many traders and institutions take money down. So with that in mind, keep or consider on your trades an increase in volatility, perhaps a retracement all the way to the 20 moving average, somewhere around the breakout point 425. And with that said, so there is a little bit more risk to reward right now, we keep getting a little bit more extended, and sooner or later someone's gonna pull the rug and things can go south. So be prepared for the worst, trade with responsibility, manage your risk. If we look at the SPY, it's the same thing that we saw on the futures, except that it doesn't look like a falling wedge. It looks like a channel right here, as far as I can tell. And so yeah, and then the 43 level is still a little bit ahead, so perhaps during the US market we can still move forward and higher, and the trend line that we were been following here is still a little bit higher from the futures. So that's it for the market. I mean, the market is bullish and it's pretty much like a musical chairs game. While the music start playing, everyone's happy and making money, but then once the music stop, everyone's gonna start running. So let's start here with Apple. Apple is trading in a bullish channel right here, starting to get a little bit overbought right here. Sign that there could be a reversal. You can see that it starts hitting important resistance levels from previous highs. So there is going to be definitely sellers at this point. Be aware that there could be a correction or a pullback, I'll say, maybe all the way to 131. This is the breakout level, and then perhaps starts moving impulsively. There is definitely a lot of buyers on Apple. AMD recently broke out this level. We talked about it for a while, that it was just trying, and then it recently just did, and it starts to make impulsive moves. This can take AMD to very highs, all-time highs and beyond. So this is Amazon right here. It recently pulled back a little bit, and I have two theories about it. It can either be a ABC correction, and it's gonna come all the way to 33.40. That will be my target. But if that is not the case, and maybe this is the first leg for an impulsive wave, then perhaps once it breaks this level right here, which is previous highs, somewhere around 35, 35, if it breaks above it, and then you can see that it starts consolidating right here, that is going to be a sign that it's about to make another impulsive move, and it's gonna probably come fast, just like we saw on AMD and other stocks. It's probably gonna come fast. It's gonna go all the way to 38, consolidate, maybe go all the way to 4,000. So ARK, it's uptrending, it's doing very well, looks very bullish right now. It's getting to a resistance level right here, so I can see it pulling back a little bit back to this uptrend channel right here. That's my intuition on it, or it can just move higher, but as far as right now goes, it just looks bullish. Okay, Boeing, I think it's very important to pay attention on Boeing. I know the tech sector has gotten a lot of attention lately, but I think the Dow, it's about to explode, and I'll show you why. This line right here is the bull trend for Boeing, and as you've seen in the past, it hasn't reached all-time highs prior to the COVID crash, and it's understandable. I mean, perhaps their financials are not as strong as the tech sector is. However, technically here this looks like an inverse head and shoulders, and it's currently at support. Breaking out of this resistance level or this downtrend is going to cause a very impulsive move. Perhaps you're not going to see it, or many people are not going to see it until it starts breaking above it. For myself, I'm looking into maybe getting in a position here and see how that plays, especially since earnings is coming. Okay, next, Baba is doing very well. It's just consolidating right here. You can see this is like a bull flag right here, and it's about to make another impulsive move, and I'm thinking, and I have targets of 240, 246. So that's what I see right now. Disney, so Disney right now is still within this correction mode, trending below the 20 and the 50 moving average. Is trying to reverse. There is positive momentum on the error side, and as we looked on Boeing, Boeing is looking as well like it's trying to reverse, so perhaps the Dow is going to take a little bit of the lead on the market while the tech corrects for a little bit. This is the Facebook right here, and Facebook, you can see right here, starts making negative divergence on the area side. It looks a little bit overextended. It has held above all-time highs, which is a good sign, and as far as right now goes, it can keep going. However, it is perhaps a point where it may consolidate or maybe downtrend a little bit. We have to see that. Right now Tesla is looking very strong. It got out of the trend channel. This is very obvious for many investors, for many traders, and they are looking to close above this level right here to make another leg higher. I'm gonna go ahead and review the ARKK stocks. So right now time it's just consolidating right here. There is positive divergence in the RSI, a sign that it can make a reversal anytime soon. Right now it's trading above the 20 moving average right here, and then once it breaks above the 50 moving average, it can start making more impulsive moves. This is the trend channel right here, so it has to break above it. It's going to coincide with breaking above the 50 moving average, and then I think this is where there's going to be a lot more traders and momentum coming up. This one right here, Fetch Limited, is retracing, and it's probably just going to consolidate right here somewhere around the 50-20 moving average, and maybe the next support level is this one, 44. So BIDU right here, it's consolidating above this resistance level. Now it's support. For me, I wanted it to make a more impulsive move to the upside, perhaps all the way to 216. However, it's consolidating right here. It looks like a bull flag, and it can continue going to the upside as well. As you can see, this is like a W pattern, and the next resistance level that I see is 226. So as long as it can hold this level, I think things are looking good. Otherwise, it can come back, maybe consolidate to this side right here. IQ is looking the same way as well. It's consolidating right here. It has this inverse head and shoulders trying to break. Momentum still on the upside, and if it breaks down, it's probably going to find support around the 20 and 50 moving average. But as you can see, the 20-50 moving average are sloping up. That is a good signal for this stock right now. Bips looking very strong as well, getting out of this falling wedge, making higher highs. So we have to see it breaking above the 20 moving average and perhaps getting all the way to the 50 moving average soon. And Discovery, so Discovery, it pulled back a little bit during the week, as you can see it right here. It pulled back, and then today it closed pretty strong. So there's definitely buyers to step up at this level, and this coincides with an inverse head and shoulders, perhaps getting ready to do an impulsive move to get out of this wedge right here. And last, VIAC. So VIAC, out of all of them, is the one that looks the most bullish of all, and it got out of the this pattern right here very impulsively on Monday. It did a retracement back. This is to me a confirmation that things are doing well, and then I'm expecting it to make another leg higher from now. The S&P-500, it's reaching a very important level, the 4,300, and it coincides with this level right here, the trend line that we have followed for the last few weeks. This is the point in time where I think volatility is going to increase, and so therefore be careful, manage your risk. And with that said, I don't know if the market is gonna crash. No one knows that. But what I'm gonna be watching right now, it's a possible rotation from tech to the Dow. We looked at two important stocks, the Disney and Boeing, and both of them look like they could be reversing soon. So perhaps tech can take a break and the Dow, it's about to take off. So this is all I wanted to share with you. Have a good day. Like the video, subscribe.
A lot of liquidity, a lot of debt financed debt monetization makes for a classic bubble. Other items are new IPOs, with particularly if they have no earnings, high price to revenue, or in many cases, no prospect of making money. Those are bubble considerations too. So I would say you can't say the stock market is in the highest bubble. You can't even say that it's necessarily in a bubble. You have to distinguish which stocks are in a bubble or have been in a bubble from those that are not in a bubble. There are a lot of stocks that aren't. And that bubble is a little bit like the bond market's bubble.